There's a video that recently surfaced online alleging a cover-up involving a supposed love triangle between a member of your office, specifically your undersheriff, and an inmate, and a Sullivan County former deputy. The video claims that there was inappropriate behavior and a cover-up within the Sullivan County Sheriff's Office. You released a statement just a few hours ago as of this recording. Would you like to take this opportunity to address those allegations again and sort of clarify your response?
Well, I would like to address them. I think they're completely unfounded. There's no evidence put in there other than a couple of videos of the undersheriff, one giving the person a hug in the squad room with people around after her car had been stolen, and she was no longer an employee. And this deputy is a longtime friend of the undersheriff, as the same with me. I know her for quite some time. The other photo is he's parked outside the back of our office by our main door coming in and out for the deputies, and in his truck in the middle of the day, and she was sick and asked him to bring some DayQuil, which he did. From those two videos, to stretch it that he is having an affair with this woman, to me, is just unacceptable. I don't have words. My undersheriff has young children and a wife. And if somebody does something, accuse them. But how many people have gotten in a truck with someone or given someone a hug to console them or for hello? That does not mean they're having an affair. If you make that kind of horrible accusation, you should have in publicly and say, I want to be the sheriff of your county, but I'm going to put out a statement like that with absolutely no evidence at all. That should scare people and it should infuriate people. Because if it happened to somebody else and that accusation was made publicly, they would be outraged. And every citizen in this county should be outraged by that. There is no cover-up. They allege there's a cover-up with the deputy. She came forward and self-reported that she was having feelings for an inmate. She self-reported to the undersheriff because they're very friendly, and he said that's a problem. He reported to me. We had a meeting, and she resigned. She left our employ. Our chief of the jail went through all the video footage on any time she would have been in the pod with him to make sure that there were nothing that occurred that we would have had to take further action and potentially make an arrest, because it's not okay for an inmate and a CO under those circumstances to have any kind of sexual encounter. He went back through all the phone calls and found nothing about bringing in contraband or anything of that kind that would have risen to the level of a crime. There was a 20-second point where they went into a closet and came out, but there is no evidence that anything occurred, and a 20-second period is not enough to do anything of any consequence. She left our employ, and with the follow-up, just to make sure we didn't need to start an investigation, because I don't call that an investigation. That's just ensuring that there's nothing we have to take action on. We walked away from that, and now to allege that there's a cover-up, again, based on what? Based on that they went into a slop sink closet for 20 seconds? Maybe something happened, maybe it didn't. But as far as we can see, nothing happened. We have no reason to believe that anything happened that quickly. And there was no other interaction that would lead us to believe that she would be doing something like that in the facility. You know, I would just call that a horrible accusation again. This girl is a local girl, did the right thing and came forward, self-reported, and resigned because she knew it was a problem. And again, the other things that we handled with her car being taken, that was initially called into Monticello PD. It was at the casino. We picked up the report. Her car was seized. We held on to it. We did everything by the book, everything that was supposed to happen. And now to make it like it's a cover-up, I take exception to that. That if you're going to allege something, have real evidence. Don't just throw mud out there and make wild accusations and link it together with what you call evidence, but you're trying to just convince people and leading them like with breadcrumbs to where you want them to be and what you want them to think. Very skillfully done. People in sales will tell you there are tricks to that. But I come from a police background, not a press background, not a sales background. And to me, if you're going to allege something, have proof, have hard proof, have something that citizens would feel comfortable that I can see what you're saying here and I see a crime and it should be investigated. So I'm very troubled by this, that this would be put out from someone who wants to be your sheriff. I'm beside myself on that. Again, these people have families, and to drag them through the mud. I'm running for sheriff. They already made some comments about my wife, my children. My one daughter had a problem, and I find that totally unacceptable. If you want to pick a fight, pick it with me. I'll respond in whatever manner I want, but I'm running for sheriff, and if you want to pick a fight, I'm the target, not the people around me. I find that to be off base, and I've always conducted myself that way. My parents raised me that just because somebody else does something wrong does not give you license to do the same thing just because they did it. We all know what's right or wrong. We all have our own values, and I would not conduct myself in that manner. And I'm rambling on, but I'm outraged. I am thoroughly outraged that this happened.